Welcome to Right on Track, a songwriting podcast. Thanks to Tone for tuning in. I'm Demi Michelle Schwartz, and I'm thrilled you're joining me on my songwriting journey. So kick back and relax, don't fall flat, and remember, stay right on track. Hello everyone, welcome back to Right on Track. I am very excited because I have two of my best friends in the whole world joining me today for a very special episode. Please welcome Jess Sammarone and Jess Minneci. Hey guys!
Hey! Hello!
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited because we are going to be chatting all about music during the holidays. Christmas is coming up fast, and so I thought this would be really fun. But before we do that, can each of you share a little bit about your history with music?
Sure. So, I'm not musical. I'm just a fan. I love to listen to music, but I have been in choir throughout junior high, high school, and college, so I know a couple things. My favorite genres to listen to are pop and country.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Demi, I know you're really big into pop country as well. I know that you've been doing some songwriting with that. A little bit contrasting. For me, I also have a similar background being in choir growing up and playing some piano along the way. But right now, I'm a choral educator. So I teach grades 5 through 12 choir at a school out in Cleveland, Ohio. So I love music. I'm in the choral world mostly, but I'm always open to learning new things about pop music and jazz, R&B.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so excited you both are joining me today. Jess Sammarone, to kick things off, please read a quote by Zooey Deschanel.
Absolutely. One thing I love about Christmas music is that it has a tradition of warmth.
I love this quote. What does it mean to both of you?
I feel like to me, it means warmth, like sitting by a fire, drinking hot cocoa. Christmas music just makes you feel like someone's hugging you. The happiness just kind of oozes out of the radio or out of the speakers, whatever you're listening to, and it just makes you feel loved.
I completely agree with that. This takes me back to a memory a couple weeks ago when I had some family around and we were sitting there with our hot cocoa, listening to some holiday music, just catching up after a while of not seeing each other. And I definitely felt loved in that moment. And there's something just really special about being surrounded by others and, having that music to kind of guide the atmosphere.
I agree with you because every Christmas Eve, after we've had dinner and kind of just hung out at my grandma's house, we have a tradition where we sing Christmas carols. My family isn't the best of singers, so when people mess up, we kind of laugh it off, but it's just nice to sit together and to just have it sing it or have it on in the background. I'm Catholic and I go to mass every year, so it reminds me of just being in church and like feeling the presence of God while you sing and just the fellowship of others around you.
I love that. I love everything you both said. I feel like for me, it's, exactly what you said, feeling that love, feeling that warmth, and honestly, it being a backtrack to everything that I do during the holidays. Like when I'm decorating the tree, I have Christmas music playing, decorating my room is playing, when my mom and I are baking Christmas cookies, we have it playing. Literally, when I'm in the car, all I listen to is Christmas music. And so I think it just brings a level of excitement and joy and festivity. And honestly, like, I will listen to Christmas music year round sometimes, like, no matter what month it is. If I feel like listening to it, I'll put it on, and it just brings back the whole holiday spirit and makes me really excited for Christmas to come around again.
That's so funny you say that. My mom, for on her phone for quite a while, she had Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas," a little da na 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 right at the beginning, and anytime her phone would go off, we would hear Mariah Carey's ringtone, and we all knew
That's
that's
so
mom's
great.
phone.
Oh wow, I
That's
love it.
fantastic.
Thank you.
I love what you said too about baking Christmas cookies. We always bake Christmas cookies this time of year, and Christmas music reminds me of that, but it also reminds me of my birthday. My birthday is on December 14th, and I remember that every time my birthday came around, I listened to Christmas music all day. I watched Christmas movies, and we have an advent calendar that has like the manger scene, and so we have to put up one of the people every day. It's kind of like a felt advent calendar with like almost like these plush things, and they go on Velcro, and so it's very tactile. And the manger scene is complete on Christmas Eve, and I just love doing that. And I remember putting like the best one, like my favorite character to put up. I'd always put it there so that on my birthday I could put it up.
Oh, love it. So, during your intros, you guys both said you were in choir. I was as well. And so, do you have any favorite choir memories?
I know what at one point, to me, I know when we were in high school, we went to the botanical gardens in Pittsburgh, and we got to sing there for the guests that were there. And there was a lot of moving around and piecing things together, but it was so cool to sing and be also in nature at the same time while we were all in our holiday sweaters. And then afterwards, we went to, I think it was the area with all of the gingerbread houses and the ice skating rink. And I think just getting to do that sort of holiday stuff with people that you care about and love is so, so fun.
That was our winter tour. That was so fun. I think that was senior year. And I also think, like the concerts themselves are fun, but when you get to do things like that, go downtown and do the whole caroling and sing at different places, that was super fun because the pressure was off. It was more fun atmosphere. And yeah, I totally remember that. That was a blast.
I think one of my favorite things that I did, so I was in the Young People's Chorus of Erie when I was in high school. We always had a concert at like this beautiful church every year. And one of my favorite concerts was when we had a song that opened up with like a candlelight service. So we came in holding our candles, coming into the beautiful chapel, singing, and then we were on stage for the rest of the song. And then at the end of the song, the actual chapel lights came on, and I just love that ambiance, and it's just beautiful. And my other favorite thing that we did is we sang with the Philharmonic Orchestra for a couple of our concerts, and it was really cool that these professional musicians were accompanying us, and we were just high schoolers. And we're like, "Oh my god, we get to be on stage with these really talented musicians." And I'm a sucker for the violins, and so it just
Me
made me it just
too,
made me
yes.
so it just made me so happy. Like I loved it.
No, that's really cool.
It goes back to that warmth that we're talking about in that quote with Zooey Deschanel, you know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and Jess, you're talking about singing at the church, that's making me think of St. Hill when we got to perform in our beautiful chapel every year for Christmas. I loved it. I love singing in that space. It's so beautiful in there. And every single year, we sang a different arrangement of Ave Maria. And every year, I literally never failed to cry. I cried every single time we sang Ave Maria. I don't know why. I just love that one. But yeah, I loved the Christmas concerts. And like thinking back to middle school and high school, some of my favorite memories come from being able to accompany the choir, which was super special for me. And two of my favorites were Where Are You Christmas and Grown Up Christmas List. So yeah,
Oh my god, I love Where Are You Christmas. That's one of my favorites.
yeah.
I remember in high school the band always did some arrangement of Sleigh Ride, and it was cool going to the band concerts because when my brother was in middle school, he played trumpet. So it was really cool going to the Christmas concerts there. I also loved the acoustics in the Seton Hill Chapel.
Oh
The
yeah.
acoustics were fantastic. The area is so beautiful every year, and I think hats off to all of the conductors that we worked with because it was probably one of the most stressful times of the year for them, but they just pulled through, and everything that they did was just beautiful. Every Christmas concert I had, I didn't have any bad memories, except for the time that I got laryngitis and I couldn't sing in one of them. That sucked.
Oh
But
Oh
no.
no.
Man,
Oh
well,
no.
I have to agree, it's kind of real. Being on that flip side as a choral director, I have all of these really fond memories in college and in high school being in choir. And once you get to the position of like leading everybody in it and making sure that all of the logistics are there, it could be pretty stressful. But the feeling I have to tell you that I've had at the end of this week after our concerts have all wrapped up has been so rewarding. Just knowing that the kids feel accomplished and they got to have some fun on stage with each other and, wear their funny, ugly Christmas sweaters. for one of their songs. It's so cool to see other kids experience that after, we've all gotten to have those sorts of experiences.
Yeah, I love that. And it's probably so special too, like when we were in high school, I remember like we would get frustrated when we had to rehearse things over and over again and stay up like, stay an hour, 2 hours later than we should have for rehearsals, day before concerts. It was really stressful and we all got frustrated, but I'm sure you have mad appreciation for, or older choir directors now being in that position. Like you want it to sound good, you want all the kids to sound good, but also present an amazing concert for everybody who comes to see it. So yeah, huge respect for all choir directors.
It's so sweet.
So how about we shift gears a bit and talk about our top favorite Christmas songs. So we all picked 10. It was really freaking hard, but we did it. So who wants to go first?
I think you should go first.
Me? Oh,
yeah,
all right.
So we can learn from your way.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, we're gonna put the host on the hot seat. Like you go.
All right, sure, I'll go first. So in no particular order, these are the 10 that I came up with. Christmas Isn't Christmas by Dan and Shay. Ribbons and Bows by Casey Musgraves. Mary Did You Know by Carly Pierce. Snow in California by Ariana Grande. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by NSYNC. Last Christmas by Wham. Believe by Josh Groban is from the Polar Express. Merry Christmas by Faith Hill. The First Noel by Carrie Underwood. Oh Holy Night by Celine Dion. There was my 10.
A couple crossovers.
That's really funny because I have a couple crossovers to yours too. Okay, so my top 10 are The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole. We sang that in choir a lot. Silver Bells by Martina McBride. Do You Hear What I Hear by Carrie Underwood. Oh Holy Night by Celine Dion. The First Noel by Andy Williams. Mistletoe by Justin Bieber. Don't Go For Me. I think it's really catchy.
It's so good though.
Under the Tree by Kelly Clarkson. She's the only one who can do that one. Christmas Through Your Eyes by Lady A. Christmas Isn't Christmas by Dan and Shay. And finally, Ribbons and Bows by Casey Musgraves.
Cool, I love it. I love the crossovers.
So then I guess I'll say mine in no particular order. Just like you were saying. Like It's Christmas by the Jonas Brothers. Children Go Where I Send Thee, an arrangement by Paul Caldwell and Sean Ivory. Lots of memories with this piece in choir. And it's actually a traditional piece that's been passed down for another community choir out this way. My favorite things from The Sound of Music, but there are choral arrangements of it as well that are jazzy. I'll Be Home for Christmas by Bing Crosby. All I Want for Christmas, Bublé version. Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson. Any Ave Maria, honestly. Christmas Baby Please Come Home by Mariah Carey. Night of Silence by Daniel Cantor. Mary Did You Know from Pentatonics. And Someday at Christmas by Andra Day and featuring Stevie Wonder.
Girl, when you said Children Go Where I Send Me, I had such a major flashback to high school when we did that one. That was like one of my favorites.
It's a very fun one. Jess, have you ever done that one?
No, I never did.
Children go where I send thee, how shall I send thee? You probably heard it. It's so good.
Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar. We always did Carol of the Bells, and I loved it.
Oh,
yeah. I was a fan though, so I got the good part.
Yes. Man, it's so funny, like, when you have to teach that as a choir director, the kids, when they don't know it, and you're like, how do you not know this?
We did it every year in high school. Every year without fail.
You have to sing it super staccato, because if you don't, then it's like,
Yeah. Well, I love all of our lists. I love the crossovers. I love how, like, we had some of the same songs, but different artists. Like, Jess and I had First Noel. Jess Minneci and I had First Noel, different artists. And then Jess Sammarone and I had Mary Did You Know, different artists. The Pentatonics version is really good, though. Like, literally all of their Christmas songs are so good.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Pentatonics.
My mom definitely listened to their album every single year for like 5 years straight. Right when it came out, it was the only playlist she ever put on.
Love it. So, are there any runner ups that you guys want to share? Like ones that didn't make your top 10, but you still really love?
Christmas Tree Farm by
Mhm.
Taylor Swift. Like that one is so good. And I just heard this one like 3 days ago and I didn't know it was a Christmas song and I'm so excited. It's called At This Table by Idina Menzel. That song is so pretty. Like do yourself
Oh.
a favor if you haven't heard it, go listen. It's so pretty. Just go listen to it. You're welcome.
Oh. Maybe Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift, like you, Jess, is also a really good one. That was a close one for me. Um, I also really like Grown Up Christmas List, and the Pentatonix version featuring Kelly Clarkson is good, along with Lauren Elena's version is also really good. But yeah, those are two that almost made mine. So how about we do some super fun rapid fire Christmas questions? All right, first thing that comes to your head, like literally the first thing you think of, even if it's whack. All right, here we go. What is your favorite Christmas sweet?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind was brownies, but I think my real answer is candy canes.
Oh, so good.
I actually just watched a video on how they make it. They take a bunch of like sugar slabs and they put it on this giant block when it's really hot, like 400 degrees, and they keep layering different colors and then they stretch it and twist it until it's small enough to be a candy cane so they can wrap the top around.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, I think my favorite one is my mom makes these spritz cookies, and basically it's like a bunch of dough, and you put it in like a cookie gun, and on the end of the cookie gun is like the mold, so like a tree or whatever you want, and so you put the gun down on the cookie sheet, and then you press the trigger, and then the cookie in its Christmas tree or wreath shape comes out, and it's really fun because it's like you know if you're stressed out, you just like pull the trigger. And so like you want to be like a savage cookie maker and you want to do it really fast, you just keep pulling the trigger and pulling the trigger. And it's so fun and it's like such an easy recipe and it's I love spritz cookies and they're little so you can make a billion of them.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you decorate them too? Or are they more
Yeah, we put
ooh.
sprinkles on them.
Oh, that's cool. Sprinkles.
Yeah, so we make the dough green, with green food coloring, and then put it in the gun, and then put the cookie on the cookie sheet, and then when they're out of the oven, you just put sprinkles on them.
Oh, that sounds so good. For me, I'd have to say truffles. They're so good. And we like roll them in powdered sugar, chocolate chips, cocoa, and candy cane pieces. They're addicting. They're so amazing.
Oh my
Would
god,
be
that
so
sounds
yummy.
amazing.
That reminds me of when I was growing up, one of our neighbors would chocolate dip everything that they had, like all the cookies they made, all the random pretzels and stuff, and then they give us a pack of them all. So that maybe you could do that with truffles.
Oh, speaking of chocolate dipping, so I was so excited because I made Oreo balls. So it's basically like you melt a bunch of you don't melt it, but you let this cream cheese sit out. You put it all in a bowl. You put
Ooh.
Oreo pieces in there, and then you mix it around, and then you make like little balls out of them. Put them on a cookie sheet, and then put like melted chocolate over them. And I was like so excited one year. I was like, "Oh my god, these are so cool!" And my cousin made them, but she made them with white chocolate, and then she made them look like the heads of snowmen. And I'm just like, you
Oh.
cannot. I was like, you seriously just
Oh,
outclassed me. I was like, how did you do? She was like, well, it took a little longer to make, and I was like, that's why I'm super impatient. But they're still delicious.
I love how people get super crafty with like decorations. Like remember just when we made a gingerbread house after telethon the one year?
Yes. Oh, yes.
My mom hates gingerbread, so I went over to my best friend's house because I really wanted to make a gingerbread house, and she like bought one, and she had all the pieces or whatever, and we made it, and we were so proud of it because it looked so pretty, and like I don't know, New Year's passed, and I called my friend and said, "Hey, did you eat that gingerbread house yet? Because it's probably like hard and disgusting." And she goes, "No." She goes, "No, it was too pretty to eat." And I'm just like, "You're gonna have to throw it out in a couple days. Like it's gonna be disgusting looking. It's gonna be so hard. You can't eat it." Like
That's true. Yeah, it goes by so quick. You gotta
Yeah.
decide what's more worth it. I think sometimes now inside the kits they give you extra gingerbread wall if you buy it from the store. so that you can eat a part of it and then make it.
Yeah. Oh, funny story. Not really funny story, but a really cool story about gingerbread houses. When I was in elementary school, we had this little craft fair thing, and all the kids, if you wanted to participate, made crafts, and then they were all on display, and then there was voting and stuff. And the one year, my mom and I made a whole gingerbread town, and it was called Home Sweet Home, and I freaking won first place. It was so good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How many places did you make?
Well, there was like a bunch of houses, and then we put like a pretzel fence around the whole thing, and then we made an ice rink out of like, well, we made the gumdrops look like rocks, and then marshmallows look like snowman on the ice and stuff. It was really good, and we kept it for a long time, but we had to throw it away recently because rats gone in it. But
Oh.
Speaking of gingerbread and all these things, do you guys have any like great memories of holiday parties in elementary school? Because I know I do. Like, we used to have some great ones.
I feel like we had really cool ones, but nothing's coming to mind. I'll think. What's yours?
I don't know. I just feel like my favorite part of it is, teachers literally just passed out candy to us, and we hung out and listened to Christmas carols and just talked. And then, like, my mom, I think one year she was a room mom. She got to come in and like bring cookies into class, and people just hung out and talked and just had a really good time. Nowadays, with peanut allergies and all that stuff, kind of ruins it. But I just remember like the teachers just like, okay, we're gonna have a free for all. We're gonna eat chocolate and like watch a movie, like, and we got
Yeah.
to come and we got to come in like dressed up for the holidays. Like my tradition in high school even was my mom is a headband with reindeer antlers on it, and there's jingle bells on the antlers. And I used to walk into high school the day before Christmas break with my antlers on. I was like, I don't care if I look like a loser, like it's Christmas. And my best friend used to have 12 days of PJ pants. So the 12 days leading up to break, she'd have these Christmas themed like PJ pants that she wore to school, and it was like the best thing
Oh,
ever.
that's so cool. That's so cool. Speaking of the elementary parties, coming to mind, we did the whole like snowflake thing where you like cut the paper and made snowflakes. That was really fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that. And then also, what's coming to mind too is like in elementary school, I'm literally just remembering this. I can't believe I almost forgot. Like right before Christmas break, there was like this big Christmas theme event for the whole school. So basically, there was a fifth grader paired up with like a bunch of younger students, and you like went all around the school and did little events. Like there were like obstacle courses, and then there were like little packets that you pick up in different places and do like Christmas theme like crossword puzzles and word searches and stuff. And it was really cool because when I was in fifth grade, after doing that for so many years, being one of the younger kids, I was able to be the one to like have my own group and like lead the whole thing, and that was really fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, teachers were really creative back then with all of that stuff. I think now, like, well, what's funny when you're with the older kids in the classroom, you still want to give them a little bit of that, but they're like expecting you to slam them with work.
Right.
So
Aw.
when you do as an arts teacher, the choir, and when you finally let up a little bit after concerts, they're like, "Oh, really? We can do a white elephant in here? We can watch a movie?"
Yeah. Awesome. So I have another question for both of you. What is one of your favorite Christmas ornaments that you put on your tree?
Can we pick two?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was a kid, I was obsessed with strawberry shortcake. And so there was one of the characters, her name was Blueberry Muffin. And if you ever have seen strawberry shortcake or have one of the dolls, they all smell like whatever they have. So like like ginger snap smells like gingerbread, and like angel food cake is supposed to smell like angel food cake, and orange blossom is supposed to smell like oranges. Well, anyway, blueberry muffin smells like blueberries, and so I got an ornament of blueberry muffin, and she still has the blueberry smell. Like these dolls never
That's
they like
so
Whoa.
cool. Wow.
they like never go away. And so she's holding her she has her mouse next to her mouse's name is Cheesecake, and then she's holding her like blueberry muffin like pie thingy with like it says like first prize. And my second favorite, so if you know anything about me, my favorite animal is an elephant. I love elephants. I think they're like amazing. And so my mom got me this ornament one year. It's an elephant, and it has like a purple scarf and like purple earmuffs, and it's standing next, and it's in the snow, and it's standing next to a penguin with like a green scarf, and they're buddies, and it's so cute. And I put it on my tree every year, and those are like my two favorite ones.
I think one of my favorites, at least when I was younger, was this one ornament that would talk. So you would hit the button, it would say, "Wait for the jingle bells to make a Christmas wish," and then it would go, "Jingle, jingle, jingle, jingle." I loved seeing my brother when he was little because I wasn't, like, old enough to experience his presence when he was a toddler. So when I just remember being 5 years old and seeing the ornaments on the tree with my brother's little face on them, and it was cool to experience his childhood through that.
Oh, that's cool. I'm trying to think of mine. One that I really like. I have so many that I like, but I'm just gonna pick one. There's one that I have. They're angel wings, but they're like made out of very delicate white feathers, and the ornament weighs like nothing. But I always put it smack in the middle of the tree, right in the middle where everybody can see it. I don't know. I just really like that one. It's really pretty.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, very elegant. If you could have starred in any Christmas movie, which one would it be?
Oh, okay, this one is so easy. So, Miracle on 34th Street. I wanted to be the little girl in that movie. I love that movie. And the little girl in that movie also plays Matilda. And I loved Matilda growing up. So like I always wanted to be the little girl in the movie.
Aw, love it.
Oh, for me, I would say, well, I don't really know any holiday movies off the top of my head, but I know that Hallmark comes out with some really good holiday movies that always end happily. So I think I would be fine with any sort of Hallmark movie.
They're the best. I love Hallmark movies. They're so good. I would have to say Home Alone just because it's so funny. Like, I love that movie, and just to be like a extra or like part of the cast of that movie would have been really fun.
Oh, that's a classic.
I made my family disappear.
They're making a new one.
What?
Like they're making a new one.
Nothing beats the first one though.
I know, like I'm kind of mad about it. Like they're like bringing all this stuff from our generation back on TV, and I'm like, you kids just missed out on the originals.
Right.
Like, you're not gonna, like the new ones aren't gonna be good. Like
that reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think that was the first time that happened to me, where I'm like, why are you making this animated movie?
Couple more questions. What is your favorite Christmas decoration you put out every year?
That's hard. I was really bad this year and didn't do much, but I love the lights. It's really fun to put lights up.
Okay, so there's this, like every year, this is also a Christmas tradition / Thanksgiving. Every year my family and I go to craft fairs. Craft fairs are like the best part of the holiday season, and when it was COVID and we couldn't go, it was like the worst thing ever. But I think my mom got this at a craft fair. So it's a little wooden sign that sits on our front step, and it has white lights around it, and it says, "In this house we believe." Kind of like it reminds me of the Polar Express, which is one of my favorite books and movies. And so like it's just so elegant, and it just stands outside, and it's about maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 feet tall, and it's just so beautiful. Like I love it so much.
Oh, I love that. I would have to say all of my elves. I love my elves. I have so many. Literally, I have over 20 in my room. It's not even funny. I love my elves.
Is it Elf on a Shelf?
I have one elf on the shelf, but literally all the other ones are like really cute stuffed animals. I have these 3 that are legit on a ladder, and they look like they're working, and the one's holding a present. I have some on my piano. I have ornaments. Yeah, I have so many. I have an elf blanket that I keep year round, by the way. And I also leave some of my elves up year round because elves are adorable. I love them. All right, I have 2 more questions. These are kind of fun, little wacky ones. So here we go. The first one is, what would be the worst thing to find in your stocking?
Oh, I got one. Maybe like a parking ticket or something. Like, here's your mail. Picked it up for you on the way down the chimney.
Parking ticket, wow. What about you, Jess?
That's so creative, to be honest with you. I don't know if I can top that. But when I was a kid, we were bad. When we were bad, like any time of year, if we were rude to mom or if we weren't nice or we weren't good, my mom would always say, "You're gonna get coal in your stocking this year." So as a kid, like my greatest fear was waking up and like finding coal in my stocking. And every year I hang up my stocking and I kind of like think of that. So like that'd be the worst thing to get in my stocking.
That's so funny. I never got cool. My sister did, though. I think it was a joke, though. I don't really know the whole story, but apparently she got coal and like hid it under her bed because she was ashamed to tell our parents. Yeah, I think it was just a joke my parents pulled, but that's still really funny. But I never got coal.
Oh my god.
Oh.
This is gonna sound really basic, but I think the worst thing to get in a stocking would be like a spider. Like imagine sticking your hand in a stocking trying to get a present and you grab a spider.
Oh my god. Yeah, every year I try to ensure that I wouldn't get coal. So like short stories. So when I was a kid, like I said, my birthday's near Christmas time. So when I was a kid, my claim to fame was that Santa always came to my birthday party. Like he'd arrive halfway through. Most of the time it was my dad's friend who was dressed up as Santa. But since I'm visually impaired, I couldn't see, so I didn't know it was him, obviously. And that was like my claim to fame growing up. And I was like, Santa comes to my birthday party. I was like, if he's nice to me, that means I'm not gonna get coal.
Oh my gosh, that's great. All right, last question. What would be the weirdest thing to see in a snow globe?
I can't say my answer. I gotta think of something else because that one would be inappropriate.
I think I know what you're thinking about.
What about like a dog peeing on something inside of it?
I think a goldfish. Imagine seeing a goldfish in a snow globe. That just makes no sense.
That'd be pretty creative.
That'd be pretty funny. Oh, okay, I got one. What if there was a snow globe, but instead of like like a pine tree or like any tree that would live in a state with snow, it was like a palm tree like in the middle, and there was like snow, and it's not like accurate to our climate, and that would piss me off so much. I'd be like, this is not okay.
Oh my god,
that's really funny.
That reminds me of something. That totally reminds me of something, Jess. A friend of mine was telling me this story about how someone in their family, their work was trying to order palm trees down to a certain like location down south, one of their work companies. Instead, they delivered them to Dayton, Ohio. And like, if you've been in Ohio, it's like cold here. So now they have these palm trees out front. They clearly died by now, but
that's really funny.
Oh my god.
You know what? Let's do one more question that's music related. If you had to do a song, a Christmas song, karaoke, which one would you totally smash?
Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. You can't ruin it. Like, it'll be fine no matter how crappily you sing. Like it's fine.
I don't know. Jingle bells.
So basic though.
I would have to say Last Christmas. That's my vibe. Like I would smash that every single time. Awesome. Well, this was loads of fun, guys. Before you go, can each of you share final thoughts on what music means to you during the holidays?
When I think of music on the holidays, I really am just reminded of all of the wonderful memories of being with other people around the holidays. Has brought the love of others, being in choir, being with friends, and it reminds you how important it is to really be with people and with keep people close. Don't go too far.
I agree. I mean, every time I hear a holiday song, I think of, because I'm originally from Chicago, so I think of growing up in Chicago and sledding with my brother and sister and going to see family and the warmth of a kitchen and the smell of cookies and just all of the beautiful memories that it brings back. Same thing with Christmas specials, they bring back that warmth to you, and I just feel like they're also hopeful, they remind you that it's important to help others, it's important to spread joy, and it's just important to, like Jess was saying, be together with your family and appreciate what life has to offer. And I think that's the best part about Christmas music.
Beautiful, lovely. Oh, it was so much fun having both of you on. Christmas is coming up, and I hope both of you have a beautiful Christmas and a happy New Year and all of that. So, thank you so much again for joining me.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
All right, listeners, thank you so much for listening to this very special Christmas music episode of Right on Track. And of course, until next time,
Stay right on track.